All right, 3rd June 2024. Time right now is 5:38 in the morning. Nice time to make a video when everyone's sleeping. The dog is not barking, no vendors are calling, no messages, nobody's chatting. And it's kind of quiet. Okay, in my WhatsApp group, different time zones. But apart from that, it's a nice time to make a video. I thought today's video will be about a specific incident that took place with my daughter and me. Okay, now this one is rather strange because this is something that um I don't know how did it happen. Okay, if you are a parent, maybe you can shed some light. Now, my daughter is under my wife's tutelage or tutelage, whatever, tutelage or care, whatever, 24/7. Okay, she spends more time with my wifey and she speaks in Thai. And they both, and she also spends time with me. It's not that, but not as much as the mother. Like in 24 hours, 23 would be with her, 1 hour in total would be with me. And I try to be with my daughter wherever I can. Like when I go out somewhere, I take her with me. Mother may not come, wifey. So, and yeah, here and there she keeps coming in, but most of the time I'm doing my work. Okay. So it was one of those moments where I decided to go to the market, the fruit and vegetable, meat and fish market in the evening. Just decided to go for a round. And this was a time, I think it was when I was fasting in the last few days. For those of you who do not know, I did a 15-day no food fast. Okay, no food for 15 days. So I was taking my daughter for a round. I just wanted to get my head, especially in the last few days, it was really physically, mentally very challenging for me. Okay, because it was the fourth time I was actually doing a prolonged fast. So, uh, as usual, my daughter's favorite stopover is 7-Eleven. There are multiple 7-Elevens. It's a convenience store in Thailand. So whenever my daughter sees a 7-Eleven, I kind of stop there because she loves to run inside and take a couple of rounds and see which chocolate is on sale or not on sale. I mean, which looks more colorful, or she might buy a milk or a juice or something like that. And for me, I just like to check for bargains. So I was walking around with her. And lo and behold, my daughter, um, you know, she went to the area where the milk and the cold stuff was kept, and she purchased if I remember correctly, it was a strawberry milk. She likes pink and she likes strawberry milk, whatever. Okay. And then obviously she wanted a chocolate, which is what kids normally buy. And we bought one of those small little colorful, egg like thing. And inside there are a couple of toys and this and that. Not a Kinder egg. Okay. So we bought that. So we took it. She did her shopping. I anyway was not eating. So I said, finish. Okay. She said, she's happy. Okay. Took her with me. And as we started to leave, suddenly and remember, she speaks in Thai. She doesn't speak fluently in English, which I know I'm still working on. Me and my wife now, we are teaching. I wanted her to learn Thai first so she gets along with all the children and the people because they're surrounded by Thai people and, the closeness will be there. So she was telling me something in Thai which I really couldn't understand. She was like, Papa, 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 seven. So she calls it seven. And then she said, me means mother. Me. So I couldn't understand what she was saying. So, but I kept driving and, I was taking the Forza, the slightly heavy scooter. So she kept, and children, when they want something, they'll keep, Papa, Papa, Papa. She went on. So finally I was like, and she was sitting in the front, holding this thing. My legs were kind of making sure, she's always protected. So finally I was like, okay, fine. Maybe there's something. Anyway, I have nothing to do. I'm trying to kill time because I'm fasting. So I saw another 7-Eleven. I stopped there. I stopped there as okay, we took out a helmet. My daughter got down, I got down, and my daughter ran inside the 7-Eleven. I followed next. And she went once again, all of them have the same structure, although one might be this way and to the right, or one might be this way and to the left, but they have the same design, layout, whatever. So she went in to the area where the cold stuff, the same place where we bought the juice or the milk or whatever. She scanned around, and I guess she didn't get what she wanted. She was like, no, not here. So she kind of communicated to me that what she wanted was not here. So I was like, okay, let's go back. So I sat in the scooter, and I was like, okay, I don't know what she wanted. It's not there. Might as well go home. So as we're going home, she kept pointing back like 777, and I went half the way, and then I was like, I guess there's something that she wants. So it's okay, being a father, just give her, like, what is there? So I turned around. We're nearly home, but I still turned around and we went back. We passed by that same 7-Eleven where she got down. There was nothing there. Then we went back to the same old place where she had purchased initially for her. And once we got there, I stopped. She got down. Once again, she ran in. I followed. And this time, after inspecting properly, she finally got. It was like a soft little inside is chocolate eclair, like cream of chocolate. So I was like, she already bought her chocolate. She already bought her this thing. I don't want to buy her too many things, like you can't have everything. So when she took that, I said, we already got you a chocolate. I was trying to reason out with her. Already got you a chocolate. How many chocolates you want? And they would say, kunme means mummy. It's like lovingly, my mummy, my mother, that's the respect she gives when she talks. So I was trying to figure out what she's trying to say. And I was thinking of calling my wifey when there was I was talking to my daughter. Next to her, a lady was there, slightly elder, maybe in her 50s or whatever, 60s, but she looked very elegant and she definitely understood Thai and English, you could make out. So she overheard what my daughter was telling me and I was confused. So since I said, can you tell me what is she saying? What is my daughter saying? So she smiled and she said, your daughter is saying that this product, her mother or your wife, she likes it very much to buy for mummy. To buy for mummy. So mummy also has her chocolate. It's like, oh, okay. So I have seen my wife eat that, but I was not aware like she likes it so much. So I was like, okay, fine. What is that? It didn't cost me like a big sum. It was hardly anything. So I said, okay, fine, we'll take it from her. And my daughter took that, went to the counter, and she said the same thing. This is for the mother. So I paid the money, took it. Little confused as to my wife didn't tell me to buy. I'm sure my wife didn't tell her to buy. I was wondering why is she buying it. Okay. So took it. We went home. As soon as we got home, she takes the bags and she runs up. She always liked to shout, Kunme means mummy, I bought this. Okay. So she took everything, she ran up. And I'm still trying to make sense. What the hell is happening here? So once we got there, my wife always comes out to greet the baby. Yeah, show me what you got and all that. So she was showing her juice first and chocolate, and then she showed this. Then I asked my wife, what? She was saying something, and just ask her, what is she saying? So then my wife, got down to her level and asked, what happened? And my daughter communicated to her, my 5-year-old communicated to her that she likes, that strawberry milk, and she likes the chocolate. And she bought this because my wife likes this particular brand of chocolate or whatever. And Papa bought what he wanted for him. She bought what she wanted for her. But we didn't bring for mummy. So she wanted to buy something for mummy. And when I asked my wife, you like this a lot? She said, yeah, she has seen me eat it. So she knows I like it. I said, since when did you start liking this? She said, when she was in the village. If you're following my channel for a long time, you'd know that she had gone to the village for 7 months. Apparently, this was the chocolate that they used to eat together. So then it all kind of made sense that my daughter, I took her out, like my wife said, go out, so that we could buy something for her. But all the while buying for her, she was thinking about buying something for my wifey. Now, it's not that only my baby thinks of my wife. I do purchase things, but this was just a outing that we went just to buy for her. But my daughter, buying for her, she was thinking of the mum. And we gave her, she went and took her juice and whatever and sat down to watch her. She likes to watch her Peppa Piggy on YouTube, on the TV. So I was just sitting with my wife and, she was having a afternoon tea or late tea or whatever. I got her matcha tea, so she was having that hot tea. And then she was having this. So me and wife, we were just thinking, like I told her, did you tell her to buy? I was just curious. I asked her, did you tell her to buy? She said, no, I didn't tell her anything. So then my wife literally asked me, did you tell her to take the? I said, I didn't tell her anything. So I was just scratching my head and wondering, like, from where did the daughter realize that since she's eating, she needs to buy for the mother? So I asked my wife, like, from where, like, I was just curious to know, like, from where did she learn all this? So my wife replied, whenever I buy for me and I buy for her. And she has always instilled in her that we are family. So I guess that's where she learned. She learned by looking that when I buy something for me, I buy for her. So when she's buying something, she buys for me. Like, oh, okay. It's so funny because, and forgive me, because I'm a first-time father, so for me it's all new. I found it so incredibly amazing that even though we didn't tell her that you have to buy for your mom, or just through our actions, she observes and she likes to copy that. So she likes to emulate. I found it very, I don't know, for lack of a better word, for a 5-year-old, without being told, why are the chicks making all this sound? Okay. So, sorry. Um, so without being told, a child, I'm not saying my child is special, but children, they see how we adults behave. They kind of emulate that. So, maybe because I'm always buying something for the baby and her. But in this case, I would not say it's me. It's maybe more of my wife. Because, like I told you, 23 hours spent with the wifey, 1 hour with me. I guess looking at the actions of my wife, she kind of copies that. So it kind of made me realize, I just sat down and I was thinking, like, I think as parents, we need to be very careful because it's not just what we say, it's what we do. That these kids kind of copy us. That's why whenever I hug my wife, if my daughter is looking from afar, she'll come running. She will leave everything, and she will come like a small little monkey, a chimpanzee. She'll climb on both of us and come and give all of us a hug, and she'll keep saying we are family. And that is something that me and my wife have always instilled. But I know for some of you it'll be like, hey, there's nothing great, man. But when you see your own kid and you have not explicitly told her something and she is taking the initiative, like even whenever she eats something, um, and she sees a small kid not having something, she'll literally share her stuff with that child, even though the child may not do it with her. And this has happened many times in the village because most of these kids, these children are not from rich families. So if they purchase something, they are not going to share it with anyone. But my daughter has this habit, which I've told my wife, don't encourage that too much because I'm buying it for her. I'm not buying it for the whole community. So, but my wife told me this, why does she share? Because whenever you take her out for shopping, you see a kid who's standing there who doesn't have something that the baby has, and you end up buying. So she thinks it's okay to give. And then I was like, oh, yeah. Because here sometimes you see these kids of these poorer people, like maybe they're laborers or maybe they work somewhere. They always take their child with them. Um, and many of them, they can't afford it because 7-Eleven is slightly upscale in terms of expensive. So if they buy, they'll buy the cheapest or they'll not buy anything. And obviously, the kids seeing all this delicious, colorful stuff, they want to buy a chocolate or something. So when I see that a child is crying for a chocolate or for a juice, it doesn't cost much. It's hardly a few pennies. And obviously, if your kid is having nice bunch of chocolates and that kid just wants one, I'm not going to obviously spend like $50, $100, but if it's just a few, I've never seen a problem in buying. So maybe my daughter seeing that things Papa buys for them, I might as well buy. I just wanted to share this with you. It's nothing great, but it just goes to show that, when you have children, they emulate what you do, they'll copy what you do, and they end up being like a reflection of who you are, not what you say. I just thought of sharing this, I don't know, for lack of a better word, a very small, silly incident, but rather very profound one. So, yeah. As a first time father, I'm still learning. And every time I see something like this, it surprises me even more how 3, 4, 5 year old children pick up like this. So, I think we as adults, we have a responsibility towards at least our children, if nobody else. So, yeah, anyway, not a great discovery, but for me, a profound one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. And let me know your thoughts. Have you had such an experience? I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, if you have any tips, being a brand new parent, I think I can always take a few tips from you guys. But make sure that you have children and make sure you have experience. Don't simply give me advice when you are still a student with no wife, no children. Sometimes I get that also. Anyway, you guys take care. This is me signing off. Anytime I get more incidents, I'll share them with you. So, bye.